All right. Well, welcome back
Oh boy.
to a special edition,
Yeah. It's not as special as you would have hoped, is it?
of the Midwest Sports Show,
It's not a gleeful
the
edition for it.
National League Championship Series
Oh.
special show.
Okay. All right.
Just like the year that the Cubs went to the World Series, we
Right.
did
Right.
several shows during the
Yeah.
week, and we're going to
Yeah.
do the same thing this week for the
Let's
Brewers.
go.
And while the emotions are hot and running high,
Oh
I thought it'd be good
gosh.
to talk about the latest set of games that occurred since our last episode. So
Right.
I hope everyone will join us and enjoy the show.
By the way, I'm all in on the Brewers, and I'm just anyway. And if I hope the Brewers do not let Marlins man into their stadium tomorrow night. I'm afraid they will though. Why can't we keep this guy away?
Well,
Who's he
Gene,
rooting for anyway?
the good people of Wisconsin are going to turn a green dollar away.
All right,
I don't know these
but
these hippies in L.A.
he'll even yeah,
Maybe.
he's in L.A. and he'll be in Milwaukee tomorrow, and then he'll be at the World Series rooting for who? That's what I want to
Well,
know.
I'm probably Yelich, right? Because Yelich is on the Brewers. But anyways, look, we're getting ahead of ourselves. My name is
Okay.
Chris Stotts, and that's Gene
Oh,
Steichen.
okay.
And it's the Midwest Sports Show. We are two sports
Mm.
fans from the Midwest. Myself from
I've
Wisconsin.
lost my team, and your team is still going.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. Correct, Mundo. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the series and from where we last left off on
Right.
Monday. The
Okay.
Brewers had beaten the Dodgers in home field in LA,
Right.
and
Yeah.
looked like things were rocking and rolling. And they're
The
in the
Dodgers were depressed that they're giving away their tickets.
yep and all that. And I actually went to Game 4 on Tuesday,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, so I woke up because there were actually quite a lot of tickets to Game 4. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Game 3, that Monday game. And I
Right.
knew that there'd be a ton of tickets for Tuesday's game. And I woke up and I think there's like 6,000 tickets left. Like
That's
it's
amazing.
7 a.m. or
Right.
something
Right.
like that, some crazy number. So me and my friend are gonna go, and we're talking about how are we gonna get these tickets, how are we gonna get these tickets, and I'm just like, let's just wait till the very last minute, let's just grab these tickets. And like the lowest price in the beginning of the day was like maybe $75, but then that kind of crept down until like about
Right.
39. Like you could get $40
That's
tickets basically,
amazing.
like a half
Yeah.
hour before the game. And we finally, I finally pulled the trigger at the game was at 6:10,
Yeah.
and I pulled the trigger at 5:55, and we
Oh,
got
you waited that long.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
In
Did you? Yep.
hindsight, I would have waited another 5 minutes actually, because I think
You could have.
it probably goes down. Have
Yeah.
you ever waited like 5 minutes before the game, Gene?
I no, because I was wanting to get in there before for all the ceremonies. But I was checking, and the Dodgers they were actually selling them after the game started. Some teams they cut them off right when the game starts.
Well,
But
yesterday's
yeah,
game, the Wednesday day game, I think the Dodgers organization bought a bunch of tickets themselves because there was
they
like
must
nothing
have.
available, and they were selling
Right.
them for $22, I guess. So they must have like bought almost pretty much the whole
Yeah,
stadium out.
because I saw that the day game they had 7,000 or whatever tickets, and then I checked a couple hours before the game they had like 400 or 300.
Yeah.
I go, where'd all those tickets go?
Yeah.
Where that I smell the rat. That was so the Dodgers
Why,
did
well,
that.
you think Manny Machado bought all them all, or what? You
Yeah,
smell a rat,
yeah,
right? Okay, all right, we'll get to
right,
that. We'll get to that
for
too in a
sure.
second. So,
Okay,
anyways, Gene, we're so here's the game plan on this for this day, for this Tuesday day. I was gonna meet up with a friend who lives on the west side, over by Redondo Beach. Probably
ooh,
works over by Segundo. I'm not sure exactly where, but he works on the west side.
right, right.
He was gonna leave at 4:30 in the afternoon,
Ooh, that's tough.
and he was saying what we're gonna do. And I'm thinking, okay, why don't you park downtown, and we'll just walk
Yeah.
over to the subway and get that shuttle bus to Dodger Stadium. It's free. It's
Hmm.
quick. Don't have to worry about traffic and all that stuff. You get a ride back, all that stuff. And he's like, yeah, yeah, good plan, good plan. And then, as kind of the day is going by, I'm thinking to myself, geez, 4:30. I mean, the game starts at
Yeah,
6:10. We're gonna have to get
Yeah.
on that shuttle bus at 5:45, so he's gonna have to get here like at 5:30, basically, like 1 hour and
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Right.
And I was like, hey man, any way you can like leave earlier? Anything like that? And he's like, what? You don't think an hour and 40 minutes before the game is enough time?
Uh-uh. No.
No,
I would
no,
say
it is
no.
not enough time.
No.
All right.
No chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you just get to the stadium, they just let you in, right? That's how it works,
Yeah.
right? You just get there and they let you in. Yeah. And so, cut to me doing a shot at the subway bar tracks,
Wow.
and just waiting for this guy, and 610 rolls along, and I'm still waiting for him, and he's taking Waze, this maps program,
But
which,
everybody uses Waze now.
well, I think that's the point. I think everyone uses it, so all these streets are clogged up, and by the way, it tells you to take
I
all these
know.
surface streets. And I'm
I-
like, hey,
I-
dude, grab the 110, get off on Chavez Ravine, and
Right,
drive
right.
down here. And then he's taking Waze, which is making him go through, stop signs and four-ways. That's like, dude, sometimes the freeway is just faster, you know?
I know. I've learned that Waze, LA. There's no easy way, especially where he's coming from. And then Waze wants you to go to all these side streets, but those side streets have signs and they have long stoplights when you're at.
And they got
a
speed
side
bumps,
street.
and they got these brats
Yeah.
playing softball
Right.
and hockey, and yeah. So, anyways, so he gets there about 6:15. We park, and we're walking to the place where you get on the shuttle. And of course, we walk in there, huge ass line.
Wow.
And because normally I go there maybe about 20 minutes before the game, and there's like maybe 30 people or whatever, and you get on, no problem, get to the stadium, huge ass line, and there's no shuttle bus, no
Wow.
shuttle bus, Gene. So
Oh
there's
my
usually
God.
like, I don't know, it looks like maybe 200 people, no shuttle bus, so we have to wait another 20 minutes for a shuttle bus, a
Wow.
bunch of people. I mean, you don't have this thing like running like constantly, like a loop, like every
Oh
2 minutes.
God.
Los Angeles.
Where's Elon Musk when you need him?
Yeah, where's the Hyperloop?
Yeah.
I'm hyper. I need a loop.
Wow.
So
See, you're right though. You gotta set plan it. The guy that was coming had to leave a lot
well,
earlier.
Gene,
Sure.
the moral of the story is I should never waited. I should just went on, and
Right, right.
that's
Yep.
the thing. I mean, I hate paying for a sporting event and then missing like the first whatever inning, half
Yeah.
hour, whatever.
Right,
It's just like
right.
you're just throwing your money
Yeah,
away, right?
yeah.
So finally it
Yep,
comes,
absolutely.
and then we finally get up there, and we're jam packed in the shuttle bus, and we finally get there at 6:40. So not too
Ooh.
bad. And this was at the game where Gio Gonzalez got hit in the ankle, so they had
Yeah,
to
he
pull
only
him out.
pitched one inning.
And then
Yeah, that
Freddie
helped.
Peralta so on the top of the second. So we basically got there when Freddie Peralta was like on his third batter in the top
Oh,
of the second. So it was a really slow game too. So that helped things
Yeah.
out. So we did get there, and we got a freebie, a free Dodger towel.
yeah, Tao. I know.
Yep.
I got those last year. Actually, I framed it. The one from the World Series I framed.
Yep.
But did you keep yours?
Oh yeah. Well, it's gonna be used as a ejaculate rag. So
Wow.
it's gonna get a
Don't
lot of
say
use.
that.
I'm gonna use it
Oh,
daily,
my
Gene.
God.
Maybe twice daily. So
Right, right.
Uh,
Well, the year the Cubs won the World Series, every team gave out rally towels. So I have a rally towel frame from the Giants, Dodgers, and then my Game 7 rally towel from Cleveland, which I did not wear.
they should they don't give up boomsticks anymore, right? Because I think they outlawed them because they make too much noise, right?
Yeah, the rally towels are huge because they can advertise on them
Oh yeah.
usually.
Yeah, well, you're not making any noise and you're just blocking people's views, so it's kind of
Yeah.
dumb. All right, so let's just kind of go through the game really quick. I'll just take my notes. A lot of Brewers fans there, actually, quite a number
Oh,
of
good
Brewers
for
fans.
you.
So
Yeah, that's great.
it was pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I mean, basically the Dodgers scored first. Brewers eventually. I think it was who hit someone. I don't remember. It was a pretty cool moment. I was drinking and all this stuff, and fairly high too. So you go to the, you kind of don't remember a lot of this stuff, Gene, when when you're enjoying this stuff. The
We
big
only had one run, right?
the big story.
Mm.
Manny Machado
He cannot help himself.
and Gene.
I'm out now. There's big discussion on ESPN Chicago about should they sign him. I'm saying
Well-
no thanks.
well, let's get that to a second. But Gene, what did I say on our last podcast? This is before the incident. A little bit of foresight. Manny Machado, the dirtiest player in Major League
Yeah.
Baseball.
Right.
Exhibit A, Exhibit Z, because I'm sure there's
Right.
plenty of videotape on this guy by now. He routine ground out, and he sweeps. This guy acts like he's Karate Kid here. He sweeps the leg
Yeah.
of Jesus Aguilar.
I know. I know. Awful.
And,
Yeah. I'm
and
with you.
at the time, you kind of watch the ground out and then you kind of look away or whatever, and I didn't really see what happened. And then all of a sudden, I kind of see the benches clear and all that. And I'm like, what? Like, what happened? Like, what happened? What happened? Of course, they don't show it at Dodger Stadium. They don't want their player looking like a scumbag. And then my friend was telling me that he heard he stepped on his ankle, which sounds really bad, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, he kind of like hit his calf.
He kicked him. It was terrible. It was so bogus. Right.
So they kind of had. I would like to know the translation of those Spanish words, though. By the way, that they're saying to each other, Jesus and Manny, and not good, not good. And then here's the just crazy thing, is that these guys are buddies. These guys played a long time in the minor league. So, Gene,
I saw that. Yes.
If Manny Machado is trying to break the ankle of a homie, I mean, what is he doing to our rival? I mean, what's going on here?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, I think he's had a pretty rough series. And people, has he hurt his market value? Yes, he has. Yes.
Well, he's actually getting quite a bit of runs. He scored the winning run that later that night, so he's actually doing pretty well.
And that was a good.
And of course, so all the Brewers players, Yelich is on film. All the Brewers players are saying he's a dirty player. Manny Machado saying he's not Johnny Hustle. He's not someone that's going to run down a ground ball, except when you're trying to kick someone's leg, I guess, Manny.
Wow.
And Gene, you're talking about the Cubs. Cubs signing him. I mean, can you imagine like the Brewers and Cubs playing with Manny Machado 13 games a year? Someone's gonna get killed, Gene.
Yeah.
There's gonna be blood in the streets.
Right. Milwaukee's gonna be in an upper. I think the Cubs have to be very. I think any team's got to be very disturbed by what they see, for sure.
Yeah.
And what's it gonna be like in 5 years when he's just fat? When he's old Albert Pujols?
Yeah.
He's still got $200 million left on his contract.
And then whatever his players or whatever his teammates are they defending this guy? Like, what's going on? I don't know. So the game went to extra innings. I'm sure Alex Rodriguez was like, "Oh, this is awesome! This is awesome!" And we actually left after the top of the 12th. Because at that point, my friend is a kid, it's like, I don't want to stay for 16 innings of shitty baseball. I don't want to. And plus, I mean, maybe if the Brewers were home, but, the game's going to end with the Dodgers winning for the most part, right? So
I was there last year when the Dodgers hit a walk-off home run in the playoffs, and there's no place I would rather not be than Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, these cocky Dodger fans, they're acting like they're Corey Stengel or something like that, or Casey Stengel. Like they're the one that called up the bat or something like that. It's like, give me a break. Mm-hmm. Like, you guys, they deserve the least amount of, I don't know, dap, I guess you could say. And, so the Dodgers did win in the bottom of the 13th. So that I would have definitely went for Game 5 the next day, because it would have been awesome to see the Brewers close out the series. I decided not to, because it was gonna be hot as hell.
Tickets were really, it was hot, and tickets were really the ticket prices really jumped up.
Yeah.
Maybe because there weren't hardly any left because the Dodgers bought them. I think you're right on your theory. I bet the Dodgers bought them or something.
Yeah, I wonder how you bought those or would buy those, but I'm sure there's a way.
Oh.
But there's a pretty good crowd regardless. So,
yeah.
And it was hot as hell too. It was like 80 degrees that day, so I'm like, not so great. All right, and then just really quick, so here's an interesting nugget about Game 5. The starting pitcher is Wade Miley for the Brewers, who's a left-hander, and the Dodgers, of course, stacked their lineup accordingly against a left-hander, and then Craig Counsell pulls him after one pitcher who he walked and installs Brandon Woodruff a right-hander. So basically, this
Nice.
left-handed
Yeah.
lineup is basically neutralized by this. Pretty smart move on Council's part. But I guess if you're on the Dodgers, you're like, man, what a little bitch or something. I guess, right? Not very fun if
Wow.
it's happening to
Yeah.
you.
That had to be the shortest stint in the history of playoffs, I guess. One batter.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
definitely cannot do that during the regular season. I mean, unless it's like a special, unless you get a
Right.
lot of time off or
Yeah.
something like that, because you need your starting pitchers to go a while. But yeah, definitely something you can do in the playoffs. And by the way, Gene, I think I've come to realize now because we just had those 3 games in LA here. If you think about it,
Mhm.
that's pretty much a 3-game home series, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
think, and it's weird how like the 3-game series is much different from the 2-game series because you actually have to kind of save your bullpen somewhat. So here is my suggestion, Gene. Here's a radical idea
Oh,
for you.
okay. All
How about
right.
how
I
about
like it.
how about we change the format here for this 2-3-2
Yeah.
playoff series? How about we do a 3-3-1? How about that?
Wow.
So number one, first of all, I mean, let's
Oh,
see
that is good.
let's see a team like win a game in a home series, right, against a visiting
Yep.
series or whatever, and then each little series is kind of like a little regular season series, right? I mean, it's like a little just like the regular season, you know.
Okay.
And then plus, I think
Yeah.
having these 2 games a day off, I mean, it just kind of screws up the rhythm, right? I suppose.
Yep.
I mean, I guess you would be
Yeah.
worried that you'd get a lot of 3-0 teams like winning the fourth game, but I mean, I think because they're home for the first time, I mean, that team probably has a good shot of winning game 4,
Mm,
right? The first home
yeah.
game.
Yeah. I like the way you're thinking, though.
I would test it out. Test it out in the minor
All
leagues
right.
or something
All
like
right.
that. That's
Try
what
it
I
in
would
the minor
suggest.
league. Yep.
All right, and then and Gene, I was kind of because I was working at the time and I was kind of handling some stuff, so I got very confused about what happened because then Turner got hit by a pitch, and I thought that Miley went in there just to hit Turner with a pitch or something like that, even though it was who was it, Bellinger who walked right away,
Yeah, it was a walk.
something like
Yeah,
that.
5 pitch walk.
Yeah,
Right.
but then I don't know, but then Woodruff didn't get thrown out or anything like that. I think maybe the umpires were like, all right, Turner deserves that after the Manny Machado crap.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they're facing what's his name, Kershaw, and Kershaw had that pretty
Yeah.
bad game over the weekend.
Right.
He
Right.
got in trouble in the second when the Brewers had bases loaded and scored a run, and it really looked like the Brewers was gonna bust it on open, but they only scored 1 run.
Mhm.
Dodgers came back and tied it, and then they busted the game open, getting 5. Brewers got almost a small charge in the bottom of the ninth, top of the ninth, sorry, but
Yeah.
could not
Right.
do it. And the Dodgers win game 5, up 3-2 all of a sudden. Wow, that changes pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so is
But
this?
hey, listen, just go home and win.
Yeah,
Friday night and Saturday.
yeah, exactly, man.
That's all.
Losing that game 2, man, that's really hurting
That's
uh,
tough. You got to win
the
at home.
Brewers.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, so I don't
Hey,
know.
if the Brewers win Friday night, I think they're gosh, they'll have the momentum. Not that they're going to win Game 7, but they should. Yeah, why not?
Yep. All right.
Why
So
not?
game 7 will be in Milwaukee. Wade Miley will be pitching Friday night. That's gonna be rocking in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And then game 6. I'm sorry. So game 6 Friday. Game 7 on Saturday at 6. So who to be determined to pitch? I would love to have them see Kershaw, put him in there, and then he gets rocked like really quick. That'd be.
He's not good on the problem. He's not good when he only was short rest. They showed that, and then he's got full rest and he's dominant. But they're
Yeah.
gonna want to pitch him because it's Game 7, obviously.
Yep.
If
And-
it to that.
And Yelich is like 3 for 23 or some ridiculous
I'm
number.
surprised.
It's pretty bad.
He was the hottest player going, and then it just kind of, kind of.
Well, maybe that MVP talk kind of like screwed him up, or maybe he's got under too much pressure, or maybe because he's playing in LA.
Yeah.
I don't know. So hopefully he
Well-
kind of wakes up in Milwaukee again.
Yeah.
Kane finally had a breakout game yesterday. Braun was like 3 for 6 or something like that on the long game, and then he had a pretty good game yesterday too. So he's been playing pretty well. So he may be your NLCS
There we go.
MVP.
There we
maybe.
go.
We'll see about that.
Just get Friday night and see where it goes.
Just win the next game and then move on, right?
Yeah, Friday night it'll be the most exciting game in
Brewers history, maybe.
1982.
Yep.
Well, yeah, for a long time.
All right, well there we go. That's the
I'm glad
series.
you're still with us and you survived. That's hard losing. and it's really hard when you're opposing fan and you go to extra innings and then it's a long day and long night. But oh well,
Yeah.
you get them Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you spend money drinking $14 beers and all this stuff. You're just like,
Oh
why? What's the point?
gosh,
You just
yeah,
can't eat. Just don't get food there. When you start
right,
eating there, I mean, because you gotta spend $7, get like a big ass value meal at Wendy's
yeah.
or something like that. Okay, all right, we'll end it right there. So thanks a lot, Gene, for being with us.
Yeah. Good luck. Hey, listen, I'm all in, and please, Brewers, try to keep Marlins man out of your stadium.
yeah, don't sell him
But
tickets if you got.
I think he's probably already got his
If
tickets.
you if there's an orange, if you get a phone call from some orange guy in an orange parka, don't answer it, okay?
Right.
Or if
Yeah.
he's trying to buy with a orange credit card, don't buy. Okay, I don't know.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so for Gene Steichen, my name is Chris Stotts. It's been the Midwest Sports Show. We'll see you guys on Monday. Watch it live around 5 o'clock on Facebook.
Good luck, Brewers.